Satin everybody, boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about whether or not you should get your shirt screen printed for your own personal brand. Now, first things first, as a disclaimer, I personally have nothing against screen printing. I have nothing against screen print shops. I have nothing against the screen printing process. I personally started out screen printing. This is back in the 90s, before heat pressing, before transfers, before vinyl, before all of that. The only way I knew how to decorate on a t-shirt was with traditional screen printing. So that's what I learned on, that's what I used to do, and I love screen printing. I enjoy the process, I love learning it. I actually loved the challenge of printing white on a black t-shirt. Now, with that being said, why don't I screen print anymore? For one, I don't got the space for it. For two, I don't like the mess, I don't like the setup, I don't like the cleanup. It doesn't make sense for myself to operate that way. So, question that I get all the time is, I don't want a heat press. I don't like the quality of a heat press transfer. I don't like transfers. I don't want to buy a heat press. I don't want to invest in that. Should I just get my stuff screen printed for my own brand? And the simple answer, sure. You do whatever you want to do with your own business, with your own brand. You do not need my validation or my okay to do anything for your own brand or business. I know a lot of people out here just want to hear somebody reassure their thoughts and say, hey, you know what? That's a good idea. You should go ahead with that. But at the end of the day, I have no business inside your business. So if you're in this position and you don't like the quality of a heat transfer, you don't want to buy a heat press, you'd rather outsource your t-shirts to get screen printed from a shop that you know does quality work, by all means, go for it. Or if you wanted to get into screen printing and you want to print from home and you just don't even want to deal with a heat press and you rather screen print because you like that quality better, go for it. There's no right or wrong answer here. If you personally don't want to offer transfers to your customers, if you personally do not want to invest in a heat press, if you personally don't want to operate the same way I do not take offense to any of that. The only thing I talk about on my channel is how I personally operate. Does that mean you have to operate the same exact way? Hell no. You do what works for you. You do what's best for you. You do what works within your budget. You do not have to operate the same way I do. But since this is my channel, I want to actually tell you guys why I personally do not screen print any of my t-shirts or hoodies or any of that. So what we'll do is we'll use this sweater right here as an example. Shout out to my brother Eric and the homie Cheech over at 41 Thursday. If you ride bikes within Los Angeles, if you ride bikes anywhere in California, you know what the 4130 Subway Series ride is. You know what the 41 Thursday ride in downtown LA is. Shout out to them. I'm gonna use their hoodie as an example. I did not print this hoodie. This was purchased from the homie Cheech. Now, this hoodie right here is screen printed. I don't know who did their screen printing, but this hoodie is screen printed. So we're gonna use this as an example. So let's just say that 41 Thursday is my personal brand. This is my brand that I wanna run. This is my brand that I wanna put out to the customers. I run this thing 1000%. Like I said, this is just an example. I don't personally run 41 Thursday, but I'm just using this as an example. So let's just say I wanted to get 48 hoodies, screen printed, and stock them up and get ready to sell these things. First things first is size. What size hoodies do I buy? Do I just get 12 of each size, small, medium, large, extra large, or maybe not even small and just do medium, large, extra large, and double X? I'll get a dozen of each. I got 48 hoodies, boom, ready to go, right? So I hit up my screen printer. I'm like, yo, I want to get these hoodies done. Drop the hoodies off, or maybe order the hoodies through that print shop, whatever you want to do, knock them out. So this hoodie has a front print, it also has a back print, 2 locations. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pay for the screen and setup fees. So the front print is gonna get its own screen, the back print, if it's different, it's gonna get a separate screen. Those are 2 screen fees you have to pay for, 2 setup fees you have to pay for. We'll just say it's 25 bucks. 25 for the front, 25 on the back. It's just a one-time thing. You have the screens, you're good to go. You pay that up front, 50 bucks. Now you gotta pay for the prints, whatever the prints are gonna cost. Now let's get into my issues with screen printing and just doing that for your own personal brand. As you can see back here, I got shelves back here, correct? All right, can you see this right here? Hopefully you can. This is one shelf. This right here, this stack from here down to here, from here down to here. See, there's hoodies right here. This is only 6 hoodies. There's only 6 right here. Now imagine if I had 48 hoodies that I had to stack on this shelf. This is just one color of the hoodie with the print that I ordered. This is only 6. So 12 would be up to here. That's one full shelf of just black hoodies with white print. Now, that's just one shelf. So if I had to stack up 4 dozen hoodies, that would take up 2 to 4 shelves, right? Now that's just for this one hoodie, black hoodie with white print. What if I wanted to offer a separate hoodie with a different print? What if I wanted to offer the same print, but on, let's say, a gray hoodie? Now I have to get 48 printed up again, and now it's gonna take up another 2 to 4 shelves. Now, I have all of those shelves filled up with just 2 different hoodie options, a gray one and a black one. All of that real estate is taken up by those 2 hoodies. Now you're probably thinking like, well, just buy more shelves. If you don't have the space for more shelves, if you're operating out of your house, if you're operating out of your garage, if you're operating out of your dorm room, if you're operating out of your living room or kitchen, whatever you're doing, space is limited. Now, I have 48 black hoodies, 48 gray hoodies that I have to sell to make room for more inventory. Easier said than done, because remember, we already have 12 medium, 12 large, 12 XL, 12 XX of the black and of the gray. Now let's just say that medium doesn't sell whatsoever. Let's just say nobody's buying medium in black or gray. So now I have 12 black, 12 gray hoodies that are already printed, taking up space on this shelf that I cannot move. I'm not getting my money back from them because I can't sell them. So now I have 24 hoodies, size medium, nobody wants to buy. I can't sell them, I can't return them. I'm just stuck with them. So now my inventory is all jacked up, right? Because let's say that XX is moving like hotcakes. Let's say XX is fully moving. I'm like, man, I need to triple up or double up on that order, but I can't because I don't got the space for it, because those mediums are taking up space on the shelf where XXs could be going, but I already paid for 12 black and 12 gray and I can't move them, so I'm not getting my money back from them, but they're taking up very precious real estate on my shelf. Now what? Take the loss on those mediums and say, fuck it. That's money I'm not getting back. That's money burned up getting those screen printed hoodies done and just taking up space on my shelf. See what I'm saying? For that reason alone, I stay away from getting stuff pre-printed or screen printed. Not because I don't like the quality, not because I don't like paying for it, not because of anything else. Mainly because I need to be able to control my own inventory if I'm operating out of my house, out of my room, garage, office space, whatever you're doing, space is limited. And that's only 2 offerings, right? That's a black hoodie with white print, that's a gray hoodie with white print. We're not even talking about t-shirts, different t-shirt offerings, all of that stuff that takes up more space, more room, more real estate on my shelves. Very hard to operate that way. Now, let's talk about how I personally operate with the heat press using transfers. Once again, the transfers that I use are screen printed transfers. Same exact Plastisol ink that's screen printed on this hoodie, the same exact ink that they're screen printing onto the transfer sheet for myself. Now, as orders come in, I could grab a blank hoodie off of the shelf. I could grab a transfer off of this little rack, throw it on the heat press it down, ship it out. Now you're probably asking, well, what's the difference? You're still stocking up hoodies. Exactly. But the only difference is the hoodies that I'm stocking are all blank. All of them are blank. None of them are pre-printed. How is that different? Because if mediums are not selling in that certain design, I still have just mediums stocked up as inventory, right? So nobody's buying this design right here in a size medium, but one of my other designs that I have might sell good in a medium. So now I have mediums that I could put any single design on. It's not pre-printed, it's not a waste because I have a blank medium hoodie. Say if I have 12 or 24 of them, I could press those up with any design I want. So now I'm not limited just to the 2 designs that I have on my shelves. So now any design that I pull off of here can be printed on that black or gray hoodie. Any design right here. Any transfer coming off of these little racks can be pressed on here. Here's some more on this side. Here's more. Here's more. Here's some. Here's some more right here. There's also some down here. All of these transfers right here can be pressed on any of those black or gray hoodies that I have in stock on hand on my shelf. So what I do is I stock blank t-shirts, blank hoodies on these shelves, and I control my inventory on what sells, what doesn't sell all by pressing transfers onto my t-shirts or hoodies. There's no wasted space, there's no wasted inventory, there's no wasted money. So let's say I got transfers made of this design right here, and I order up the hoodies. I got blank hoodies stacked up, right? 48 of them, 12 of each size like I had talked about. I ordered transfers, right? Now I have 50 transfers of this design right here. So I put them up on my site. I'm ready to start selling. Let's say nobody buys them. Nobody. Everybody doesn't like this design for whatever reason. Nobody's buying it. Easy call. Those hoodies right there are not wasted because I could press any other design on those hoodies. They're just there, blank, ready to go. The only thing I did waste was some transfers. If nobody's buying that design, there's nothing lost. The only thing lost is those transfers. Now imagine if I screen printed all 48 of those hoodies and nobody bought one of them, nobody bought any of them. Now I wasted prints and hoodies. See what I'm saying? I'd rather take a loss on some transfers than take a loss on prints and hoodies. Hopefully this makes sense to anybody out there that's watching. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have nothing against screen printing. I like the quality, I like the process, I enjoy screen printing myself. But if you watch this whole video, now you understand why I personally do not get any of my t-shirts or hoodies screen printed. Because I like to control my inventory to minimize my risk, minimize my waste, and minimize precious real estate on these shelves within whatever space you're working out of. Now, if you want to operate the same way I do, go for it. If you do not agree with the way that I operate, by all means, man, you do not have to operate the way I do. If you want to get your stuff screen printed, cool. If you own a screen print shop, cool. Doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt me none, doesn't hurt you none. If you don't agree with me, you just don't agree with me. That's cool. This is not the only way to operate. This is the way I operate because it's beneficial for myself. That's the only information I'm sharing is exactly what I do for my own businesses, for my own brands, is sharing it with you on YouTube. So maybe if you didn't even think about all of these things I just talked about, now it's an eye-opener for you and you could actually consider operating the way I do. But do you have to? Fuck no. You can do whatever you want. So like I said, hopefully this video opened some people's eyes. Hopefully it helped some people out that wanted to get started, or if maybe they're getting stuff screen printed now and they're stuck with a lot of inventory they can't move, because I've been there before. That's why I operate the way that I do now. If you got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV, if you wanted to do that. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.